Now, before you begin this episode, let's hear a word from our Fiverr sponsor advertisement of the episode.
Hi, my name is Daniel Golden and I am the presenter and advocate for the Toothless Aggression podcast.
And I'm Samantha Holmes. I'm the wide-eyed child of the Toothless Aggression podcast.
And we're joined fortnightly by James Goodwin, the Lapsed fan, as we review the Ruthless Aggression pay-per-view by pay-per-view.
Alongside Raws and Smackdowns too.
So would you like to hear the views of a nostalgic fan?
Or the views of a brand new wrestling fan getting to see wrestlers for the first time, such as Kurt Angle and Eddie Guerrero?
Then join us on SoundCloud, iTunes and Stitcher.
Now, we take you to the Wrestling is Wrestling podcast.
I'll give you that. I do like his entrance.
Alright guys,
Very exciting.
Yep.
you can tell how professional we are.
But
But,
let's start off from the beginning because he tried to get in with WCW, but he couldn't. They told him that he was not cut out for the industry.
Wow.
But eventually he got his chance with Ohio Valley Wrestling as Leviathan, and one of his more well-known matches was when he fought Nick Densmore in the Ohio Valley Wrestling Company, and he was fighting as Leviathan.
I have a question for you. How do you feel about him branching out to other endeavors such as acting?
Well, because the way how Creative handled him when he came back after winning the Royal Rumble and giving Bryan the title, I was infuriated with that decision. Because I feel like the WWE plays to the faces way too much. Including Roman Reigns, Bryan, Cena. Like, you gotta give some other heels a chance, because, like, even Batista said himself that he did not want to come back as a face because of the Yes movement. So he should have been kind of rewarded with maybe a title holding opportunity, even if it will be for 20 days. It's just reward your guys, because he's came back through so much. Because one major problem with Batista in his career is that he keeps on tearing his triceps.
Yep.
His triceps have always given way throughout different matches. And for him, he's aggressively rehabbed, he's fought through injury. Just reward your guys. That's what I would say.
Sure. I do definitely agree with that. And when he came back, it was weird because it was during the middle of the Yes movement. And it was weird because, like he said, he didn't want to be the bad guy. Or,
The
good guy. Excuse me, I'm sorry. I'm stupid. He didn't want to be the good guy, but yet WWE pushed him to be the good guy. And look what happened at the Royal Rumble. Everyone booed him out, and then they wanted Roman Reigns to win. And look what happened this year with 2015 with Roman Reigns. They didn't want that to happen, you know. So it's up to the fans at the end of the day. It either makes or break a guy. And they told clearly that Batista should have been the bad guy.
Yeah.
You know.
I'll give you that. He doesn't give up either. Because I remember a lot of times as a kid watching, was he on SmackDown?
Yes.
He wasn't ever there when I was watching him as a kid. I mean, he showed up for a couple matches, but then he always got hurt and stuff like that.
No, but he had some great moments on SmackDown.
He had the...
Not from what I've remembered.
Like, for those who aren't familiar, they're on YouTube, you can watch this, but there was the Taker versus Batista the cage match, where basically is one of the closest cage match finishes in the history of SmackDown, because they had to go to review, and since both their feet landed about at the same time, by rule they had to give Taker the retaining of the title.
Oh, wow.
But then that also set up for one of the more infamous moments where Taker lost his title like 2 minutes later to Edge once he cashed in.
Right. And it actually led to one of their best rivalries with Batista and The Undertaker. They had a series of probably his best works of matches, you know, with Hell in a Cell matches, steel cage matches, special referee, with Stone Cold, which, by the way, since the last one didn't record it, we're coming for you, Stone Cold, Wrestling is Wrestling Podcast. Open challenge right now. Come on. Bring it. You two rock. Come on, both of you guys. Let's go. Stone Cold Podcast. If you don't want to come here, we'll come to you.
He can take The Rock. Yeah, you can take him, buddy.
Let's go. I got it.
I'll take Stone Cold.
Okay.
Tag team.
That's right.
That'd
Sorry.
be a great match.
I'll be the Paul Heyman.
Yes. We got it. Boom. But I also like Batista's matches with Triple H that he had with Mania 21, and that he had a couple matches with rematches. And his best one, I think one of my favorite Batista matches, was a Hell in a Cell match. It was Batista Triple H at Vengeance. It's like 2005. And the reason I like that match because the way it was set up and the weapons that they used, because it was the first time we get to see barbed wire steel chairs, sledgehammers, steel steps, all kinds of cool stuff, and the way it was done was excellent. I think it was a fantastic match.
Yeah.
So to say that Batista had bad matches is not necessarily true. He's not the worst wrestler in the world. You know, people say, oh, he's a bad wrestler because he's big, he's steroids and all that stuff. I don't know if he did steroids or anything like that. I don't know. I'm not gonna say that, but he's not a bad wrestler. He's okay, you know, and he can step up to the plate and have some great matches. Last year with the triple threat match with Orton and Bryan was perfectly great, you know, and given the storytelling that happened, you know, someone's phone to ring. You know, no respect for the podcast. That's phone ring, man. Just kidding. I bet you it was my phone. But it was interesting to see that. And would you expect him to come back now that he's made in Hollywood with Guardians of the Galaxy and now with the new James Bond film?
I don't think that'll affect him much.
I can see him doing one last hurrah, but maybe 2017, 2018 time.
Okay, because he's getting older. And if he came back, what type of dream match or like what type of opponent would you think he'd be facing?
I can see a Batista versus Cena relaunch of their rivalry because they had a strong rivalry midway through both their careers.
Yeah,
I agree. I actually remember seeing that when I was a kid.
And then Batista tore. No, Cena tore his triceps that match. Never mind, not Batista. Cena tore it. So moral of the story: if you work with either guys, your triceps gonna get screwed. Oh man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think a Cena Batista rivalry. If Cena's not dead yet, from 2018, from all the races he does, or I can see Batista fighting a younger guy and giving the younger guy the boost.
Kevin Owens will be a great matchup because both are of similar stature in terms of being physical forces within the ring.
Mm.
And kind of, because Kevin Owens is off to a great start right now, but at that time he might actually be in title contention. So maybe we are talking about number one contenders matches, or maybe they can work together as a team, as a tag team. That could be a good tag team group there because now Batista's tag team partners throughout his career have kind of came and gone, except the only active guy I can think of is John Cena. But Cena and him had strong rivalries, and putting them together would not really make any sense from a creative perspective.
Sure. I definitely agree with that. I want him to go back to his old OVW gimmick as like the vampire or whatever. Oh, Jesus.
You mean the Deacon?
No, oh my, that's right, he was a deacon. With,
Reverend Devon.
Oh my
When
God.
it's
Reverend Devon Dudley.
I have to see that.
I have to show you this. This is ridiculous. It was a reverend, and like Batista was the guy giving like the money, whatever. Like the guy who passes the money in church.
Oh my God.
And they would, they were heels. They were heels, right?
They were
Yeah.
heels too?
Mm-hmm.
That was when he made his debut.
They were like beating people up with like the baskets and like the briefcase and stuff.
No,
And they were like take people's money and stuff for themselves, and
that's funny.
wow. I totally forgot about that. That's what started because he started on SmackDown with that gimmick.
And then he went against Devon.
That's right, and then Devon went back to Bubba Ray, and Batista went to Evolution. Which you didn't even mention about Evolution's, being the muscle power of that group of Ric Flair, Triple H, and Randy Orton. You know, and they had that year and a half of dominance until both Orton and Batista turned on them, creating 2 extra stars at the time.
Well, I guess that's what they were supposed to do because it's kind of passing on the torch. Because if you follow the storyline, here you have 2 iconic wrestlers and superstars in Flair and Triple H, and they ended up going into I guess, mentor roles. They were kind of having success on their own. Like, Batista's first time ever winning a tag title was with Flair. So then they even out over time where basically they paved the way for Orton and Batista, and they took over as faces of the WWE.
And they won against the Dudleys. I just remember that too. Ironically enough.
Weren't Rey Mysterio and Batista allies also?
They were, and it was one of the strangest storylines I ever saw, because here you had like guys that are two brothers for life. Then you had a fatal four-way between Taker, Mysterio, Punk, and then Batista for Taker's title. And Batista looked like he was going to win, but Mysterio broke up the pin. And after the match, after Taker retained, then you had Batista just brutally attacking his friend.
Yeah.
And turning heel.
And then there was a SmackDown promo. Without getting too dark, it was about Eddie, because they're both, in real life, they're best friends with Eddie. You know what I mean? One of the greatest performers of all time. But I don't know if Vince said it, Vince told him to say it or whatever, but there was a promo, and it was like, Mysterio's talking to Batista, and Mysterio's like, hey man, I can't say, impersonate Mysterio, but he's like, hey, why are you doing this? You know, Eddie wouldn't want this to happen between us. And then Batista goes in and he's like, Eddie's dead.
Dang.
And then just like, boo, heel heat and all kinds of stuff. But it wasn't like the good type of heel heat.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It was kind of like the distasteful heel heat. So, it's weird. And then Batista and Eddie Guerrero had their matches too. They had a storage stint before Eddie passed away. And this is kind of a fun fact. Guerrero was supposed to win the World Heavyweight title in SmackDown to Batista the next night after that pay-per-view, where his last match, like his last like official pay-per-view match happened. But unfortunately he passed away and he didn't get the title. It's weird. You know. But Batista is definitely capable of having good matches. His promos are promos. You know?
Okay, they're not Roman Reigns promos.
They're not Roman Reigns promos,
but they're a little bit better.
Yeah, they're interesting to say the least, you know?
You know, I was watching the new Riddick movie, and he was in it.
The new Riddick?
Yeah, the newest one.
I haven't seen it.
Yeah,
he probably
was in it.
Either.
He would. Oh wow. See,
but he actually spoke in it.
Spoken a line. What's your motivation? I have to be big and tough. What's your line? You know.
I remember his first, like, to me, from what I saw, his first acting debut was he was on Smallville, and he played like some villain on there. Of course, he would play the villain.
Well, he's always going to be the villain.
Yeah.
I don't see him as the hero type character. Because in acting, we call it typecasting. For those of you in the acting world, it's typecast where you're no matter what you are, what your skills are.
Yeah, some
you
people
have
are just made to be that way.
Or the director will put them in that place. You know, it's what they need. So it's weird. So he's always going to be the villain. I think he's going to be the villain in the new James Bond flick. Well, one of them.
True.
You know.
Well, I think the only one that's different is because he's in Guardians of the Galaxy and he's the hero, kind of.
But they turn heroes.
Yeah,
they were villains in the beginning.
Yeah.
A spoiler alert if you haven't seen the movie yet. Even though the movie came out, like, what, 2 years ago?
I am Groot.
Oh, Drax, man.
Vin Diesel's greatest appearance. Groot.
Oh, my God. Bootista, Mega Mantista.
What about his JBL rivalry? His bull rope match.
Oh, Friday Night SmackDown, me and Batista, no holds barred match. I'm gonna whip that boy. Wow, that was really offensive. Oh my God, that's how he talks though. Okay, just a person. Yeah, that was like his after the world title and stuff when he first won it against Triple H, and it was all right. You know, I got nothing.
I liked it.
It was, JBL's JBL. I'm not a big fan of him, to be honest. I'm not hating on him. I'm just like, you know.
JBL's not the type of guy that you can use to push talent above too much because he's kind of like, eh.
He's an amazing heel, though. I'll give him credit. He's an excellent heel, and that saved his career being the JBL persona. Because before he was just being Bradshaw from the APA, and it's no Farouk, so it's just, hey, it's Bradshaw. You know? So I think that definitely saved his career. But, you know, he had Batista. He had matches with King Booker or Booker T. Booker T. You know,
Yeah.
Booker T. The five-time. Okay, we get it. 4 heavyweight champion. You know,
He was a character.
he was.
Or what about the CM Punk Batista rivalry?
Only lost one match.
that one match, though.
With Kane interfering.
That was a good match, though.
Kane.
No, I don't. Nope. I
No,
don't.
I'm talking about the. I think it was at. Was it Cyber Sunday? No.
Great American Bash.
It was Great American.
Yeah, the one where Kane interfered. Yeah, no, I didn't think it was a good match, and it ruined CM Punk's like run. Like it made it worse, in my opinion. Shout out to CM Punk. You have time. If you want to come up here.
Good luck in the UFC, though.
If you already,
He's really doing it. Huh?
Yeah, he's gonna have his first fight whenever it happens.
We'll see.
Dana White, make it happen soon.
I'll eat my hat if he wins.
Or JBL's hat, too.
I'll try to
That too, the 10-gallon hat.
I'll try to eat this phone. I'll try to eat this. No,
I mean, we'll see. I mean, Brock Lesnar did it, so.
Speaking of MMA, Batista did MMA too. He was in the.
I think it was Bellator, right?
Bellator for like 2 fights, and they called it quits.
We don't talk about that.
Oh. Oh, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to bring it up. Let's try to get fun facts about Batista.
Yeah.
Batista versus CM Punk MMA fight. Let's see that happen. That can happen.
Yeah.
Dana White will book it.
Let's see that happen.
And then the UFC fanboys will flip out being, oh, this is bullshit. They're fake wrestlers. Wrestling's fake and gay. You know?
They're just mad.
I know. I actually want to see what CM Punk. This is really random. I want to see CM Punk versus the guy from Married with Children, because Al Bundy he wanted to fight CM Punk.
Well, yeah, he has like a black belt in Brazilian Jiu-Jitsu.
I want to see that. I'll pay for it, and I don't pay for UFC.
I'd fund it.
I would watch it on Daily Motion. As long as I watch the Ronda fight, you know, 'cause I can get through it.
You can watch the
Watching
entire
a
Ronda
Ronda fight
fight.
is like a minute long.
You can have that on YouTube without getting copyright
'Cause
issues.
it's too short. It beats the copyright.
34 seconds her last fight was.
Yeah. As of this recording, we don't know what the future fight might be. It might be like 10 seconds.
The record right now for her is 14 seconds.
Damn.
That was the last one.
Yeah, the second to last.
That's second
one.
last, not the one that just happened in Korea, the one in Brazil.
The one before the Brazil.
Yeah.
It wasn't. It was Kat Zingano.
Yep.
Yeah. Dude, Batista versus Ronda Rousey. MMA fight, let's go.
I will put my money on Ronda Rousey.
Oh, yeah, Rousey. Rowdy Ronda Rousey? Hell yeah. But I was thinking Batista in MMA. Yeah, it was
Batista
okay.
can't do submission moves, so
No.
Rousey has an advantage in the submission game. I mean, Rousey has an advantage over Batista in the submission game.
In every game. And soon to be the WWE game, too. But, yeah.
No, I don't know why they put her in 31, because I feel like that's just lowering her position, because why is she taking on Stephanie McMahon, of all people?
Money. It's all about the money.
Yeah, but McMahon is...
The
his
dollar's
partner.
right, anyone will do anything.
McMahon's
Like
in
Batista coming back.
McMahon was one of the worst divas I've ever seen.
Oh, Stephanie. I was thinking like, Vince? Who's a diva? What?
No, I'm talking about
Stephanie.
Him in a dress.
Oh, probably would happen.
Versus Santina Morella.
Oh god, that's in my head right
Versus
now.
Santina Morella.
He was in a dress as Santina Morella, and he fought Batista too.
No way.
Yes. All right. So final thoughts before we keep going.
Batista.
I have nothing else.
It's safe to say you don't really like Batista, but
He's all right with me.
I'm a huge fan of yours. Keep on doing your work, especially I want you to come back in the WWE. Especially as a heel, because I'm tired of all these faces running the damn company. Someone needs to put John Cena in his place.
Adam Rose
And the bunny.
and the Bunny. Third place.
Order in the court.
Oh, we didn't. What court? This is not a court. This is a podcast.
It is a court.
So this is a wrestling
Court
podcast.
discussion.
Okay. God, I was gonna say
The bunny says hi from South Africa.
the Bunny's gonna get a Batista bomb and he keeps saying hi from South Africa.
Or Jessica Gabriel.
Yeah, he's. I don't know where.
He's the bunny. Or he was the bunny.
Yeah. We'll never know. Anywho, before we sign off, wanted to say you should. God, I blanked out. I'm really messing up today.
You didn't get enough sleep, did you?
No, I'm on no sleep. I'll tell you that later. I'm on no sleep right now.
Hashtag team no sleep.
Team no sleep. First off, Stone Cold, The Rock, we're coming for you. Coming to your podcast, Stone Cold.
Don't forget, Paige will be on our show, not your show.
Paige will be on our show. I'm telling you right now. Okay. We'll hear you. Alright, so first off, special thanks to PileDriveWrestling.net for being our sponsors, as long as being a part of the OSW Review Podcast Network, where you can see our podcast and over 21 different wrestling-related podcasts. It's pretty awesome. You should definitely check it out. We're on YouTube. We're on SoundCloud. We're on Twitter at WIWpodcastHD. If you want to do a sponsorship and you want to put a video in the first 30 seconds of our episode, link is in the
Description.
description. The link is in the description down below, and you should definitely check that out if you want to be a sponsor. It's very low, cheap price, not too expensive. And we'll also, I'm going to mention this now. If anyone is good at photoshopping stuff, like photoshopping images of wrestlers, please message me through WIWpodcastHD@gmail.com, because we got some stuff we want to do some photoshopping with. That'd be pretty awesome. And other than that, this has been Raff, got Nadim, Mark, and this has been the Wrestling Podcast. Take it easy.
See you guys later.
Hopefully I record the rest of this, because I didn't record the first 10 minutes of this. Yeah, it's recording. I think it is. Maybe.
No, it's not.
There's a red dot there.
It's not.
Don't mess me up.
You have to record again. Start from the top.
Start from
Two.
the top. Now we're here.
Damn!